In this parking design example, the proposed grading can be easily be refined by editing the control feature line used to create the setup surface. In preparation of making edits, it is helpful to add surface label to your grading model. Spot elevations and slope levels provide instant feedback as changes are made to the surface. To add surface labels, use the contextual tools. Select the proposed parking surface, then under the Add Label tools, select Spot Elevations. When prompted to select the point, snap to the key location to the surface. In the parking design, add a spot elevation at the control elevation and at the low point on the drainage structure. Since the proposed parking grid is associated to the setup surface, the elevation labels will update with edits made to the grading control feature line. Repeat similar steps to add slopes into the drawing. On the surface contextual menu, under Add Labels, select Slope. When prompted to select label type, select one point in the command options. Pick the location in your drawing where you want to add the slope labels. The slope value is determined from the underlying surface triangle. Now that you have added the surface labels, you can quickly and easily validate the design as you make edits. Before performing edits to your grading design, enable automatic rebuild on the proposed parking surface. When enabled, the proposed parking surface will be rebuilt whenever the surface is rebuilt. This is ideal when working with smaller surfaces, but not recommended when working with large datasets. To change the grade for the setup surface, edit the feature line. The elevation editor provides an intuitive interface for grading the feature line, as you can set the elevation or calculate the elevation from adjacent elevation points. Select the control elevation to grade the previous and next elevation. Enter a percent grade value into the grade break field to calculate the elevation for the previous vertex. Use the grade ahead field to set the next elevation point. Select the next elevation point on the feature line to calculate the last vertex elevation. As you perform the elevation adjustment to the feature line, notice the proposed parking surface update in the drawing. The SWOT elevation labels will match the respective elevation points on the feature line, and the slope labels reflect the new grade that you assign to the setup surface. When you are finished grading the feature line, click the check mark in the panorama to close the panorama and remove the point markers. To change the slope direction for the parking design, reposition the control feature line. This can be done using basic AutoCAD commands like move and rotate. On the Home tab in the ribbon, Modify panel, select Rotate. Select the control feature line, then pick the base point that you want to use to rotate the feature line. Freely rotate the feature line or for a far precise edit, use the tool option and snaps. As you complete the edit, your parking design will update in the drawing. Notice the change in the contour, slope labels, and spot elevations. Now that you're familiar with the application of setup surfaces, explore other use case in your Civil 3D project where setup surface can be used.